I would say the music that I'm doing, my original music, I call it modern folk with hints of country and blues. I've done songwriting in the past. I've been a part of original projects, but it was not something that I loved. I don't know what changed. I think maybe this most recent time around, I've been able to tap into something a little bit more, I guess, real or authentic. In the past, I maybe wasn't ready to tell my story. And I think, I went through some pretty major life changes sort of at the beginning part of COVID. And so I think having the space and the time and the creativity and the support from folks here in the community, and then my broader music community of musicians that I know in various parts of the world. Great question. Music has been with me through my whole life. I grew up singing in a lot of choirs. And I think that's probably where I learned how to harmonize. I consider my voice my instrument. I went to a friend who's a vocalist, and she gave me a lesson, and she said, listen, it's not a matter of you tapping into your chest voice or developing it. She's like, it's a matter of changing your belief about what you can and can't do. My poor neighbors are probably so sick of hearing me do my vocal exercises. I don't know that there's a formula. I mean, sometimes there's an idea that is in my head and it just sort of tumbles out. It's great when that happens. When I think about songwriting, I think that there has to be a hook. So I'll end up with something that's like a chorus first, or some sort of line that will be repeated. And then I have to build around that. What are the pieces? I almost consider it like pieces of a puzzle. Probably in the beginning, and maybe in my previous attempts at songwriting, I was trying to be too complicated. I like what you said about simplicity. I think that is one of the keys to dial it back. What's something that is meaningful to me, but also would be meaningful to an audience, or at least I hope.
Do you think that any authenticity is lost in that process sometimes?
I think in the past I might have thought that I was sacrificing something. I think maybe I tried to be too literal. I've learned that I don't need to make it so literal, and that there are ways in which I can portray a story or a feeling, and they don't have to be complicated. It stands to gain something if it can be dialed back and simplified and made more relatable.
Tell me a little bit more, just more generally, about Squamish in general. What kind of, besides maybe practical ties, musically as an artist, what keeps you in Squamish and what inspires you about this community to write about what you do?
Specifically being in Squamish and being connected with the music community here, it's been really, really supportive. It's been kind of like a family. This place is a good fit for me, and maybe I'm a good fit for her. I guess because I call myself Cowgirl Love Brand, there's this association with country. And strangely enough, that name came to me many years ago, late at night when I was listening to Neil Young's Cowgirl in the Sand. I traveled extensively in my 20s and early 30s. There's always inspiration to be drawn from traveling. This album, it's been a community effort. Folks have really shown up for me, and I'm so grateful. As far as music goes, if I have any goals about this album, it would be to bring somebody joy through my music. I consider that a success.